Imagine writing a letter with your tears. Pour your soul onto the paper. You write about your pain, your hunger, and your desperate desire to go home. You seal the envelope, hoping that this letter will save your life. Then, on the front for the address, you simply write, "To grandfather in the village." No street name, no house number, no city. It's just a child's naive belief that the world is small enough to find the people we love. This is the story of Vanka, and the letter that broke millions of hearts, but was never read by the one person who mattered. It was Christmas Eve. Vanka Chekhov, a 9-year-old boy, had been apprenticed to a shoemaker in Moscow for 3 months. While his master and his wife were at church, Vanka did not go to sleep. He knelt before a bench. He took a bottle of ink, a rusty pen, and a crumpled sheet of paper. Before writing the first letter, he looked fearfully at the door and windows. He was terrified of being caught. He sighed, a heavy, trembling sigh that no 9-year-old should ever have, and began to write. "Dear Grandfather Konstantin Makarich, I am writing you a letter. I have no father or mother. Only you are left to me." As he wrote, Vanka's mind drifted back to his village. He saw his grandfather, a small, lean old man with a smiling face, who was always joking with the cooks and playing with the dogs. He saw the snowy fir trees, the bright stars, and the warmth of the stove. But then he looked back at the dark shoemaker's shop. The reality of Moscow crashed down on him. He wrote about his torture. "Yesterday, I was beaten. The master dragged me out into the yard by my hair and beat me with a stirrup strap because I fell asleep rocking their baby. There is nothing to eat. In the morning, bread, for dinner, porridge, and in the evening, bread again. They guzzle tea and soup themselves." He wasn't just complaining. He was begging for his life. "I bow down to your feet, and I will pray to God for you forever. Take me away from here, or I will die." The letter became more desperate. Vanka tried to bargain. He offered his labor, his childhood, everything he had. "I will grind your snuff for you," he wrote. "I will pray for you. If I misbehave, you can whip me like Sidor's goat. I will clean your boots. I will shepherd the flock." He imagined running away and walking through the snow all the way to the village. But he didn't have any boots. He would freeze. So writing the letter was his only escape. "Dear Grandfather," he scribbled, blurring the ink. "When they put up the Christmas tree at the big house, take a gold walnut for me and hide it in the green box." He was a child clinging to the memory of a golden walnut while his body was beaten and starved in the city. Vanka finished writing the letter. He folded the paper. He took the envelope he had bought for a kopeck. He felt a surge of happiness. He was going to be saved. Grandfather was coming. He dipped the pen and wrote the address. "To grandfather in the village." After thinking for a moment and scratching his head, he added, "Konstantin Makarich." He didn't know that the village wasn't an address. In the vastness of Russia, this letter was like a drop in the ocean. He ran out into the street in his shirt sleeves and dropped the letter into the mailbox. The postman had told him that letters go all over the world. He believed it. Lulled by this sweet hope, Vanka fell asleep an hour later. He dreamed of the dark stove in the village. He saw his grandfather sitting on the stove ledge, reading his letter to the cooks. The old dog, Eel, walked around the room, wagging his tail. It was a beautiful dream. But we, the readers, know the truth. The grandfather isn't reading the letter. He never will. The letter lies in a cold box, unaddressed, waiting to be thrown away. Vanka sleeps, smiling, saved only by his ignorance of the tragedy.